Okay guys, it's the next day. We put 15 hours in last night. My buddy had to go home, so what I'm going to do is we got to a place where we installed the headers and had all the nuts loosely put on. I'm going to go through and just hand tighten them, but not torque them so that they can still be manipulated when I put the cats in, so I have some wiggle room in there. So that's the plan. Alright guys, we've run into a problem with the bolts. We can access probably 6 of 8 on the right side and 7 of 8 on the other, but we're just not able to get it. So we're going to go ahead and drop the front subframe, which we are currently doing now. So we'll go ahead and drop it and I don't know, pray for the best. This is not what I wanted to do, but this is the only, I think, way we can get access to all the bolts really easily. So, we'll get started.
So, we started with the swivel mount, which was an 18mm, and you need to hold this. There's flats on this so that this doesn't spin. Removed this, which was, I believe, 18 and 21. And that's the lower strut mount. The front control arm, which was 21. The rear control arm, which was 18 on the bottom and 19 on the top. The power steering nuts here, which were 18. There's 2 on this side. There's 1 on this side. This one's 18. And then it was a bunch of 15s. So there's a 15 in this hole, a 15 in here, a 15 right above the front part of the lower control arm. There's a 15 here, and a 15 up in here. You can see it behind that brake line. And then there's a 15 here on this motor mount. I think that's it. I think I got them all.
Alright guys, next what we're going to do is we're now just going to, we loosened everything. One other thing is we went ahead and strapped, so you can see how we fed this here and above here on the support brace, so that when we take the control arm bolt out, this won't drop on us. So we want to keep that secure as possible. Alright, what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and start taking all the bolts out now and get the subframe out. right, guys. Here's the subframe. It's out. So one of the things that we did not account for was this power steering rack, and I'll turn around and show you. So this fell on us. We were trying to pull it out. It's extremely heavy. So what we did was we went ahead and tied it to the frame right here so that it's suspended, so that once we did that, the subframe came out pretty easy. So now we're going to try to attack the headers again, now without this, so we should be able to get to all the bolts, nuts. That's the whole idea. If it doesn't, probably going to burn this car.
We're going to take the subframe in and put it in the dishwasher to get nice and clean. We are taking off, in seriousness, the sway bar to make it a little bit lighter so that it's 2 10 millimeters. Pretty straightforward. It's easy to get to on the ground, obviously. It's not that bad to get to installed in the car. But 2 on each side and you're done.
All right, so now we're going to attack the rest of the Okay guys, it's the next day. We got the headers all torqued and tight. Got those last bolts by removing that subframe. Got the subframe back in there and torqued those and the suspension. So all that's left to do now is go ahead and line these cats up. I already got one up there as kind of like a mock fit. We're gonna go ahead and do these. So these I'm gonna use a 7/8 box wrench to get the O2 sensors tightened. Velocity supplies the 6 bolts with nuts. I put anti-seize on them as well, 2 new gaskets. They're all 13 millimeters, including the donut flange down here, 13 millimeters. What I also did was I went ahead and got some titanium wraps for the headers. So The OEM has a heat shield that is built into the headers that you can bolt into the headers. The new headers do not have that, but basically it's to prevent that 400 cell cat on the right hand side from burning out the starter, because it's right next to it. Even though mine are ceramic coated, I just want to go ahead and do a preventative measure. I'm going to go ahead and wrap the ceramic coated headers around the starter, just as another added protection from the heat. They supply you with stainless steel lines. So the way I'm going to tackle this is I'm going to loosely put the cat in there, line it up, and then I'm going to get the H pipe and butt it right up to here and tighten this guy down so that it moves with one as a unit. And then I'm going to go ahead and start tightening from the flange, and should pull the rest of the exhaust to the front of the car and get everything aligned. Another trick here, I put anti-seize in the O2 sensor threads. When I test fitted the old sensors and it went around 3.5-ish rotations. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, and the ones that are in there, I'm going to rotate 4 revolutions in the opposite direction so that it doesn't get mangled when I go ahead to actually turn them, and then torque them to the correct spec. So that's it, and then let's go ahead and do that. Alright guys, we got everything tightened up. We got these flanges in here. These are T30s. We slid the H pipe back. We tightened this. It's 15 millimeter, and got the anti-seize on them, 13 millimeter with anti-seize. Got those all buttoned up, and then as you can see here, we got the 13 mils in there, so they're 22 foot-pounds torque on these. And then on these donut flanges, I believe it's like 15 to 17 foot-pounds. Got the wraps on both sides now. There's the starter that I was telling you about that we wanted to make sure that he was good. So suspension is tight, locked. Subframe is all torqued, ready to go. So what we're gonna do is, before we put the liner back on the car, we're going to start the car, check for exhaust leaks, and then if everything checks out, final torques and liners are going in, and then we're going to go for a test drive. Oh, and then the 7/8. So what it says on the NGK site is you get it hand tight, and then depending on if it's an M12 or an M18 thread, you either go 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch, or 3/4 inch to a full turn. I'm sorry, 1/2 to a 3/4 turn, 3/4 to a full 1 turn. So we just kind of did 3/4 on these sides. So all right guys, we're gonna go ahead and put the liner back in, and then get the wheel on, and we should be done. T30 for the liner bolts and a Phillips. tuning portion of it, we're going to go ahead and go to Velocity AP's website. We're going to go to this tab over here called Resources, go down to Installation Instructions. This is the tuner that we have right here. So we're going to hit just View Instructions, and then we're going to go down and hit this link right here because we need to install the VTech installer. Okay, and here's the exe file right over here to the right or left. We'll go ahead and click that, which I've already done, and it will open up a setup Velocity AP right here. So we're going to go ahead and run it. Yes. Alright, we're going to hit next, and I accept the agreements. Hit next. We're going to go ahead and put it in a directory, hit next, and install. Alright, so here is the installer here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to open the software suite, which we did, and we're going to connect the VTech tool to the computer. So we're going to go ahead and plug it up. So it's looking for a signal right now. Okay, so it detected a device and the OS is loading. Okay, it's saying press to skip the update, but we're going to want to go ahead and update this. Okay, just finished up updating the little device here, and so it will just come to this menu here. So what we're going to do next is, now that the device is updated, we're going to go ahead and connect the OBD connector to it and go ahead and plug it into the car. So let's go down to the car. There she is. Alright, so they recommend that you have it connected to a battery tender, which I have right there. It's just so that it keeps constant voltage. We're going to go ahead and connect it to the OBD port, and then follow the on-screen instructions and get it back up to the computer to download and send it over to Velocity. Okay, so we have it plugged up to the OBD connector, so we're going to hit tuning. There's your selections there. Aston Martin's at the top, so we're going to hit Aston Martin. Okay, so let's see if I can get that to focus there. So it is a V8 Vantage. So we'll select V8 Vantage. Okay, I have the 4.7 liter, so we'll go ahead and hit 4.7 liter, and it's go ahead and hit next. Okay, so it says key on confirm, put the key in, hit OK. It says communicating with ECU, please wait. Stock file missing, start to read the ECU. Yes, key off and confirm. Pull the key out, hit OK. Alright, key on, confirm. Reading in progress, do not interrupt this process. So we're going to let that go all the way, and then we'll go head back on upstairs. Okay, it's just about finished up here. Communication with ECU. Saving data, please wait. Alright. Okay, reading complete. Switch ignition off and disconnect the VTech. So we're going to go ahead and pull it. Pull the key. And hit OK. And we're going to go ahead and pull. Alright, back upstairs to the computer. Okay, we just plugged it back in. It's going to identify the device. Alright, and so now we're done here. So we're going to go ahead and select download right here, download data. Click on start to download the tuning file from the device and save it. Hit start. and we're just going to go ahead and throw it on the desktop. So the way the naming convention goes is you're going to put your last 8 digits of the VIN. I don't have that in front of me real quick. I got to go back down and get it. But you're going to do something like that and hit a dash and your name. Original read.usr. We go hit save. Okay, so now we're going to go back to Velocity AP, their website here, and we're going to go and click ECU upload file, and we're going to go ahead and enter your VIN, order number, year, engine, make, model, horsepower, the reading method, which is our VTEC tool, the gearbox manual, tuning file, which we're going to put right in this area right here. Drag that file that you named. I'm going to go down and rename it, put it up here. Your email address, your first and last name, and then this is the pops and bangs burble. This is if you want to get that cracking when you let go of the accelerator, and any engine modification. So for this, in my case here, I'm going to go ahead and say I have the Velocity AP Exhaust Manifolds with the Velocity AP 200 cell cats. So we'll go ahead and put those parts down there so they know what I have, and then go ahead and click I'm not a robot and hit submit, and that is it. And then what they're going to do is 24 to 48 hours, they'll go ahead and tune it the way you want it. Send you a file back, and then when they send me that file back, I'll walk through the tuner. It's been 24 to 48 hours. They emailed me saying that my file was done, so you're going to go to their website, go into your accounts that you created. They're not going to be able to send you an email with the file. I believe it gets caught in like the junk folder. So what they do, or it's too big. So what they do is they make an account on the website. They upload it here. What you can do is you can then download it. Which I'm going to hit orders, hit get file, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the Velocity AP software, and I'm going to connect the VTEC to my computer. So go ahead and upload. Okay, so once you connect the device and open up the software, it's going to show you this screen right here. It's going to identify the device. Okay, and it says device identified. It's connecting. You'll see it load right here. It's looking for any updates again, which you should have already updated at this point. Okay, once all the updates are done, you're going to go on this left hand side under device. It's going to say upload data, and you're going to go ahead and browse. We went ahead and saved it to my downloads area, and here is the file that was done. It says confirm to upload, say yep, and then it's going to upload their data. Okay, it says data has been written, so you hit OK, and that should be it. Okay, went ahead and plugged it into the OBD port and connected it to a trickle charger. We're going to go ahead and hit tuning, and it's going to say checking for tuning files. It says continue with writing the files, hit yes. Alright, and right here there are 3 files on here, so I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but my camera is not going to be able to. Let's see if I can focus on that. Alright, so it says original file, it says Velocity AP Stage 3, and Velocity AP Stage 3 with pops. So basically I had asked them to put a crackle tune on there, and if I really don't like it or it gets really annoying, I can just reflash it to a Stage 3 without it, so it'll give me the same thing. So for now, let's go ahead and go maximum pop, and hit next. And it says initialization in progress. Please wait. Communicating with the ECU. And it says key on and confirm. So we're going to go ahead and do that. hit OK. And it says please wait, and key off and confirm. So go ahead and hit OK. Okay, now it's saying key on and confirm. So we're going to go ahead and put it back in. Hit OK. And writing in progress, do not interrupt the process. So it's going to go ahead and flash it now. Okay, it says key off and confirm. And then we're going to hit OK. Please wait. Alright, key on and confirm. Verifying flash memory, please wait. Alright, writing complete. Switch ignition off and disconnect the VTech. So hit OK. Go ahead and switch it off and disconnect that VTech. And we are done. Alright, we just finished flashing. A couple things to note. So you saw there it had 3 files on there. Original file, a stage 3 tune, and a stage 3 tune with pops. I had essentially asked them to put the stage 3 on there and one with pops just to see if I like it, and then take it off if I don't. So just same process, go ahead and switch it out. They do recommend that if you take it to a dealer for service, go ahead and flash it to the original file so that it doesn't get corrupted, because the dealer might go ahead and do an ECU reflash or a default, and then it erases the file forever. So then you're kind of SOL. So you'll see same process, plug it up, hit tune, and then it'll say original file. Click that, and then you'll be good to go. All right, let's fire this thing up and see how the difference in drive is. I'm excited.